Hey everyone, welcome back and happy 2021 for Projectized, the project management show here on YouTube Live. And what you see before you is scrum.org. And this is one of the blog posts that I want to discuss about the new changes coming to the professional Scrum Master exam. So, as you can see, if you were subscribed to my PM project management newsletter, you would already know that the 2020 Scrum Guide came out November 18th, 2020, and that Scrum.org said all of its professional Scrum Master certifications would adhere to the Scrum Guide starting this January. So that's what this article is about. I also put it in the summary, but I'll put it in the live chat for all the live and replay viewers that you can read it in real time. But I chose this because it has the information that's helpful. So as you can see, I'm going to read it from January 10th, 2021. That's 2 days ago on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. The Scrum.org assessments have changed to support the 2020 version of the Scrum Guide. Even though Scrum has not changed significantly, some of the wording and descriptions of Scrum have changed. The assessments take advantage of the new wording to ensure consistency with the new version of the Scrum Guide. However, it is impossible to change every piece of content, book, or article about Scrum to ensure the same consistency. This document is intended to provide a quick overview of the changes to avoid any confusion. For a more complete description of the 2020 version of the Scrum Guide, please go here. So I'm doing this article because, as it says, all of its exams, and I'll put this up here so you can see all of the exams here, including professional Scrum Master, everything 1, 2, and 3, all of them now adhere to the 2020 Scrum Guide. And remember, Projectized is about three things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. So for this episode is 1 and 3, the business of project management, as well as obtaining certification. There's a lot of changes that are going under the landscape due to COVID. Before 2020, you had to physically be in person to attend a workshop to sit. That's not the case anymore because you can do online. So we're going to go over this blog to have provide you with better information about what will be on the exam if you are pursuing professional Scrum Master. First, role replaced with accountabilities. It says many people mistakenly thought that Scrum roles were job titles, and the 2020 release of the Scrum Guide, the focus on accountabilities rather than job description, has been emphasized by removing the word role. However, it is a direct replacement, and there are still many places where to use the word role will still make sense when describing these accountabilities. I'm going to tell you where this came from. And because Scrum is not isolated, it gets influenced by other project management life cycles as well as other disciplines. I feel it came from two places. One, IDLE, which was called IT Infrastructure Library, is the most prominent IT service management certification. And so 2 years ago, um, in 2019, they shifted from IDLE 3 to IDLE 4. And with IDLE 4, you had more technology, you had Agile, IDLE, ITSM, you had artificial intelligence, you had more of an upgrade to it. So now what you have is accountability because they use the RACI chart, which is responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. The same thing you can see in the project management body of knowledge, which is the more sixth edition, which is the more traditional project management. I wanted you who watching this to understand where these changes are being influenced so you can have a better understanding of why they're making the changes. The second one is self-organized replaced with self-managed. This came from the project management body of knowledge. And it's because When going from the PMBOK, which is Project Management Body of Knowledge, 5th to 6th edition, they changed it from time management to schedule management. So you can't manage time, but you can manage your schedule. Also, the breakout of stakeholder management as a particular knowledge area from communication. You really can't manage people, you can like engage them. So that change is coming from, the PMI Project Management Institute. So I wanted to bring that up so that you have a better understanding of why the changes are. As you can see in the second sentence, the change was inspired by the idea that the Scrum team should take ownership of the management tasks necessary to deliver a useful, valuable increment. But it is coming from PMBOK. Third is servant leadership. The 2017 guide used the term servant leadership to describe the style of leadership that serves Scrum teams well. This idea is still valid. However, the 2020 Scrum Guide places more emphasis on leadership, removing the potential misinterpretation that Scrum Masters are servants first and leaders second. Understanding the idea of servant leadership is still valuable when using Scrum. And that's one of the cornerstones of you becoming a Scrum Master, whether it's professional Scrum Master or certified Scrum Master. And then finally, for the wording, development team versus developer. This change has the biggest impact on the content associated with Scrum. Development team was a key role within the Scrum framework, which was replaced by the term developer. This meant that the team or shared accountabilities went to the Scrum team and individual accountabilities are held by the developer. This also comes across from like cloud computing, like people are developers, but also the project management body of knowledge. If you were to go to the 9th chapter of the 6th edition, you would have a team charter or team accountability. So you would have what each individual team member would be accountable to the group, and then the group charter or what they would do to make sure that them as a unit could accomplish and do all of the project management work. So this is an article that covers and alerts everyone that the new 2020 Scrum Guide will be used by all of their exams, including the professional Scrum Masters. That's important for project management because that's a very important certification exam that people take to become Scrum Masters. One thing I do want to bring up is the certified Scrum Master is through Scrum Alliance, and they have commented that they're still using the 2017 Scrum Guide until at least, I believe, April of 2020. So that's what we will be doing. And the fact that um, this is very important work. So that's the difference between the two. And it's imperative that you know the difference between the two when pursuing certification. So that concludes this episode of Projectized. My name is Carla Jenkins, and I'll see everybody in the next episode of Projectized.